with Joshua Edgar, the Duke of Shomolu, on Deep Dive. And we're diving into the life and times of Awo. And
Awo.
Emma Binu. Awo. And funny how he says, Awolowo is not even the focal point.
No.
It was his wife. So we want to know how.
Why?
Why?
And what did you find out?
And what did you find out?
You know, I'm a student of history.
Of course.
Yes.
That's why you're here, sir.
That's why you're doing this.
Yes, I'm a master's degree in political science. So I've always known that was a power. I've always known. Do you get me now? So and again, I don't like being obvious. I don't like people seeing us coming. Do you get? So if you look at all our productions, you won't really see us coming. So when we talked about Bianca, a lot of people were talking about Bianca. It was about Ojukwu and the Civil War. But Ojukwu had just one scene in Bianca. Do you understand? So, but people who are discerning would notice that I've just made a statement with this. That's how it was with Awo. Do you get me now? So, Remuto was saying spirituality was about the role his mother played and the fight between Christianity and traditional religions. Like that, so, Awo's one was about the wife. So, why did he call her jewel of inestimable value? And that thing resonated. That statement is immortal. Yeah, so why can't I call my wife jewel of inestimable value? What did this woman do to get so much of it? And then when I met the last surviving child, with that last daughter, she told me, she said, look, that it was so bad that the wife is one that sat at the owner's corner. The papa no received the owner's corner of the car.
No way.
Yes, it's the wife that sat.
Are you serious?
Yes, and it's the wife that sits at the head of the table when they're eating.
Wait.
Yeah. His wife
what?
sits at the head of the table when they're eating.
Yeah. And so Baba says, without you, there's no me.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some other things I can't say
On radio.
on air, but that's it. Without you, there's no me. And so when Baba was going to England, he saved. He had worked very hard. Now, she was a little bit better. He was poor. So they're always poor. You know, from Zeke to Awu to Obasanjo, they're always poor. He was poor. But he now said, look, let me work and save enough money that will last me my 4 years in England as a lawyer. And going to train to be a lawyer. But she knew that wasn't going to work. So she was a trader in Ibadan. That's HID. She was a trader in Ibadan. So she was trading and saving money. And then 2 years into that journey, he became broke, tried to kill himself. Rather than ask...
I was trying to kill
himself
because he got broke.
Yeah. So rather than go back, ask for whatever, the mother said, no, what's that pay? So she paid for everything. Yeah. And I guess what? She's the first woman in this country to make two major political parties together.
Sorry, say that again.
First person, not even woman, to make two political parties together. All this we are seeing now.
Not Awo, but his wife.
I was in jail.
Wow.
She was first, and then she. You always hear about Zeke's victory in Western Nigeria.
Yes.
It was her.
It was her.
Yeah, she was the power behind Zeke. And guess what? Listen carefully now. Listen carefully. Are you listening?
Yes.
Are you listening? She's the first woman to contest for Prime Minister of Nigeria.
No way!
I kid you not.
First woman to contest.
Yes. And guess what? What was her reason for contesting?
What?
To free her husband from jail.
That is a determined woman.
Strong woman. Now guess what? There's a scene in the play where Yinka Davis is singing and says, Omo, the day, that scene always makes me cry. Yeah. So she's home alone. Her husband is in jail. Her first son, Segun Oluwa's father, was driving to Lagos to defend the father in court, and then dies.
No.
So how do you tell a woman whose husband is already in jail that she just lost her first son? That is the most passionate scene of the play.
I literally have goosebumps.
Yes, I'm trying to hold this steady.
I always come back and catch me when this happens.
Yes.
So I mean the microphone. So in the scene, do you get? So she's seated on the floor. Do you get? She's seated on the floor, and then she have normal women around her, weak women around her, and they're all crying, and then you can't even now sounds. You guys is supposed to be like a groit, like the old
Yeah, griots,
woman,
yes.
that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. You know, so she's like, and then they come and they don't know how to tell her. So the men are like this, they're huddled, they don't know how to tell her. Do you get me now? Then they tell her, do you get? And then Nkazi now sings. So Nkazi can sing, and that sings that song, very powerful song. Everybody in the hall is crying. Oh my God! Because gospel people's everywhere, and she said, Didi, Didi, and then you know what it is? And
Yes,
everybody
stand.
stand, oh more, oh my God! And then the one is standing, and then everyone is standing, and then you guys singing Didi, Didi, and everyone is standing, everyone is standing, and then everybody in the hall is standing, everybody is standing. So when you all are crying, me I'm crying. Oh my God!
Listen,
Lordy, Lord.
this is why we tell you to. This is why we tell you to watch us. Watch us on YouTube right now and on Instagram Live. You would see what is happening in the studio.
What is
because
happening?
We're
We're
literally
literally having.
shaking.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Stand up. Do you understand? And then she goes to bury her son.
She goes to
Because
bury her
Mary
son.
had son that was trying to go and get his father out of jail.
And then they went to the government, and the people went to the government, told the government they should release this guy. He never did anything wrong.
Why did he go to jail in the first place? Do you want to go there? Or do
No, he
we
wasn't.
not know?
He wasn't. Yeah, it's open. This now. Do you know where the jail was?
Where?
No, actually, I don't.
Where was it?
Do you guys go to Freedom Park at all?
I could. Yes. You see, I did a play in Freedom Park. I was stage
Yeah.
manager for a project, and I did see a statue of him. And someone said he was here,
He was
and I'm
there.
like, oh my word!
So he was there. He was there with
yes.
Jack Conde. He was there with
Yes.
Makinaro. But you know the walls are still there. They keep the walls.
They killed. Yeah, I know.
And the
I
cell
know,
is still
I know.
there.
And the cells are still
Yeah.
there. They say you
But
see
they
about
moved him.
40 people
Yeah, but they moved him.
in one small cell.
They moved him away because he was very popular. A lot of people used to come and stop him there. So they moved him to Lekki. Now let's get to this part. Now, Lekki was swamp. He had reeds. Those things that be up to here like
Yes.
yeah. So it was jailed in one place inside Lekki. Most likely to be like Lekki Phase 1 now, where people are doing a strip bar now. This kind of thing.
I cannot hit you. Just
Yeah, because every time
Okay, so
those
it
places
was
there
in
now.
Lekki.
There's history
So
embedded
there's a-
embedded
yes.
in
everywhere.
So
actually.
See.
they built a memorial there. But I've never been there. Sha. The daughter showed the picture. Now, so when the villagers now heard that Awo was there, so this wade through the
Reeds and
reeds,
the-
you get to go and give him food. They wade through the reeds to go and give him
Wow.
food and things like that.
Villages.
Yeah, villagers. Then government now said, the whole thing is causing trouble. So that's when they moved him to Calabar. So as it was about being moved to Calabar, about moved to Calabar, he now said, I bless this town, Lekki. Spirituality now.
Right.
I bless this town. This town will flourish and be one of the richest towns in the world.
Well,
See, Lekki today.
well,
Ladies,
Well,
gentlemen.
well.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
See,
well.
Lekki today. That's one. Then the second one. So when they went to him, the government said, okay, we'll release you on one condition that you apologize, ask for forgiveness. And then the people, his supporters that came to him and said, good news. Do you get me now? And we've released you. They're going to release you, but you need to. But the guy says, no, I didn't do anything
Wrong.
wrong. I'm not going to apologize.
Doggedness.
Everybody that has lied against me, that has moved against me, will die before I come out.
That was his curse.
And they all died. Not even one
Survive.
survived. Now remember Aremu,
Yes, where you said last week
Yes,
that he had said that same thing.
Yes.
that the mother told
Oh
him
my God.
That everybody.
will die. And they all died. So are you seeing the link?
So you know you
Clearly.
started by saying there is really no direct relationship between OBJ and Awo,
Well,
but then there is a spiritual connection
between them both.
I love how, and this is what one of the things I
If,
love
if
about
you're not
you.
discerning, you will see though.
Yeah, you
no,
have to
this is what I
discern.
love. One of the things I love about you, Duke. It's the fact that you see these strings.
No, I don't see it.
How?
It's in retrospect. I don't see it. It's in retrospect.
It's called
Because you did say it last week that younger people need to be paying more attention
attention.
to
Yeah.
some of the things that are in between the lines that you
Lies.
may not even
God
know.
bless you.
You said it last week
So it's after the plays, after the play,
that you think
It's called.
I'm thinking
I told you about my friend. Mazino calls this remembering forward.
Well,
Remembering forward.
yeah.
You remember something, just tells you, like, something just connects you one thing to the other, and then you
You're
start
like,
to piece it
this
in,
is the
in
reason
future.
why this happened.
And when they went to the wife, because they thought the wife would be the weaker vessel,
They didn't know better.
and the wife cost them. The wife cost anybody that went to fight for his.
Fight
went
against
to-
her husband.
No, went to fight for his husband's release. Under those terms.
Oh, under
those
those
So
terms.
I will cost you, whatever. You get me now? Now, most women in our shoes who have just lost their first son will say, "But let the papa come out."
Yes.
Just apologize.
Just
and-
apologize
Yeah.
and come
Because
out.
I've lost one person already. I don't want to have to lose another.
You get it? And then he came out in glory. Gowon released him from prison. They moved him straight to State House and made him Minister of Finance
From prison,
From prison.
to the throne.
to the throne.
It's giving Joseph, well, Edgar.
You see your connection with them, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you see now that if I told the story from our perspective, it would be very obvious because the story is out there. Everybody knows the story.
Right.
Yeah, but nobody knows the role this
His
man played
wife
from the
played.
back. That's why that play that's why that play resonated. People came out of that hall and we were like, I knew.
So how did the play end? What was the final point of the story for you in terms of displaying it on stage? Do you remember? Because you've done 32 stage.
Question when you ask me that, I know the answer.
Like,
Wait,
what
no,
was the sequence? What was?
I
how
don't
was
even know how to play any though. Let's go through it.
So you can't remember how the play ended.
Don't ask me that. I just want to say, I've done it before that. I know what the end.
Oh, you're never in the hall.
I mean,
No,
but you
you
wrote
won't.
it, but you
You're never
guys,
in
but
the
you've
hall.
gone through the script now.
No, I don't know. I don't know the script. Never. I've not done it in my life. It's so boring. I don't know how you guys do it.
Ha.
So you know, don't worry, I'm
So-
with
so-
you.
so-
ADHD is a problem.
So I mean, what was, aside from the part where, of course, you just explained right now, where Yinka Davis had played the Groit and all of that, was there any other part that resonated
Highlight
with you,
for you.
highlight for you from that? play?
Yeah.
Which one?
So there's a part where, so when we built the stage, the set, it was Abiodun Abel that built the set. You get, and when he built it, don't forget, I won't read the script.
Yeah.
I won't come from rehearsals. You get, so most times I come from the play like every other set.
Yes.
So I've seen the set for the first time in my life. So I'm seeing two balconies. I'm like, okay, this is not what I paid for. What, I don't understand. Why is it only two balconies
Yeah.
on
stage?
Set, so that's what the script is. So when the play now started showing, I now understood. So Abo was on this, Akintola was on this. Now guess what? You know their fight was that of ideology. It was never that of personal gain.
Yes.
Yeah. So Awo was a socialist. He was bent on free education, expansive government.
Right.
That says no, that you're punishing the hardworking people. You get by
help others.
increasing our taxes to come and so in that production, you get me now. Those arguments were resonating
At the balconies.
at the balcony in song. So the guy who played Awo was such a beautiful. He embodied Awo. In real life, it looked nowhere like Awo, but on that stage, you were actually seeing Awo. Oh my God! When that happens, that spirit comes in. Just like this guy that plays the Juku. You get in real life, he just looks like a funny
Dude.
guy from Jos, but on that stage, it was Ojuku we were seeing. You get me? But that's what made me cry now. It was the same thing. It was Abu we were seeing. It was Abu we were seeing. Shegun was crying because he was actually seeing his grandfather. Do you get it? Don't forget that Shegun never saw his father. No, he never saw his father.
So his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, so when he was born, his papa died. So he never,
my word,
has
he
no
never saw
recollection of
his
his father.
father.
So he was seeing his father for the first time in real life on that stage.
And the death happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen in front of him. So he cried again. Are you getting me now? So that's how on this side singing, oh, we need to do this, we need to do this, very powerful voice. And then the most relevant part of the whole thing is that you see Nigerians, the crowd here. So the crowd is Nigerians. Because when I was singing, all of us gravitate towards him. Do you get it? So that tells you, and then when Akintola is singing, all of us gravitate towards Akintola, that tells you the stupidity of the average person because of lack of education at that point in time. You get
Right.
so Nigerians are yes people. So when Awo speaks, we are supporting Awo. When Akintola speaks, we are supporting
supporting
Akintola.
Akintola.
When Awo speaks again, we are supporting Awo. You know, that was so beautiful for me. That was too beautiful for me. That was my. Apart from that other one,
The other one you mentioned.
That's what we did in London. The guy who did it in London for us stole our money. Instead of to build balcony, he went to carry Gada. You know Gada.
He said he stole our money.
He stole the money. I told him, I said, my brother, what you have done now is that you have immortalized your stupidity. Because everywhere I go, I will talk about it. Yeah.
Well, all the way from London, we don't know.
People who did set for me in Lagos here.
Did a better job.
You get, because they actually built a set with Brazilian Portuguese architecture.
Which was
Replicating
what it was back
that
then.
Absolutely.
Yes.
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 It was what it was
Yes.
back
So I
then.
hung the guy.
Yes.
You, because I was London, come carry fire brigade ladder. Put for stage for me. You tell me safety, London safety and something. That's what he told me.
Do you know the reason I know about the Portuguese architecture? Because my father was among those who built back
Who built
then.
those ones?
Yes. My father
Oh.
learned Portuguese because he was building
Building
at
this
that time.
architecture, yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yep. So that's it.
Yeah, this is how we feel every Thursday, literally.
Every single time we get to
Oh my
talk about these
gosh.
individuals, there's something new, something fresh, something almost unheard of.
Unheard of. In
And
fact,
that's why you definitely should.
You guys are recording
deep
this
dive.
thing. You keep it for posterity.
oh yes.
no.
First of all, the ones on my Instagram live, they stay on Instagram. So in case you missed Bianca, you missed Obasanjo,
Please,
catch them there.
you most
Also
definitely wanna be
on
part of it.
YouTube.
Where's the lady?
Oh, your girlfriend. I'll tell you about her later. But yes, the point is these moments and these stories are stories that we need to hear. We need to be reminded that there were people
Very importantly.
who actually wanted to build a good Nigeria, and that we as Nigerians in today's world have the responsibility of bringing back trust, discipline, equity, and all things that
fair
Nigerians
all
play.
of the
Fair play.
stories, from all of the stories, we
Yep.
need to take this out.
Yep.
Yes. Time to be here every Thursday. It is sacrifice. I cannot thank you.
Massive
enough.
sacrifice.
It's a huge sacrifice, especially because he has a routine that he has followed for so long.
Yes.
At about this time.
about 4 years
He said
now,
to
he
me,
says.
"Can we do it at 12?" And I said, "Sir, that's the end of our show."
It starts at 11.
And so he said, and he's here.
he
guys,
has been here for 3
he
weeks.
always gets
and
here on time, like
early.
in very good time. And
Because
he's
I like
waiting.
talking.
Because listen, and we appreciate you so much. We don't
you
take it for
so
granted.
much.
No
So for
problem.
someone who's listening, this story that you've written of Awo and have performed
Awo.
again, Awo.
Awo.
I don't follow you.
Don't follow up.
Awo.
Awo.
And have performed, right?
4 times.
Four times.
times. What
And
is
you're
this
still
story?
doing it. I'm sure you're going to do it again.
No, I moved on.
Are you sure?
You've moved on.
I'm wondering.
Really.
I wanted to ask you, why didn't you think about doing a story about Akintola? I'm curious. Just curious. Just me curious. That's all.
Okay, so let's put it this way: we've done 32, and the vast majority are Yoruba stories. You get it? So I'm beginning to get those criticisms.
That you're touching base
Is it
with the
because you live
Western.
in Lagos? Is it because your wife is Yoruba? Is it because your children have Yoruba names and things like that? You get so. So that's what I wrote something this morning about that I said I'm 56, but I think like a 6-year-old. So I'm in a hurry.
When's your birthday again?
July.
I know.
So I'm in a hurry. So the stories are so plenty. Do you understand? So we're beginning to bunch them now. So we're going to Ekiti in August. We're doing 28.
Yes, you're doing 28. You
Yeah.
did the
Yes.
bike thing again in Ekiti.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're doing 28 in Ekiti. You get, then we're going back to London, and then we're coming back in
For
December
KSA.
to do Asaba. Yeah, and then we might most likely do Bianca again in Enugu, and then we're doing 6 stories again next year by 6 female directors, and we're doing another 28 again. in
Onyeka
Ekiti
Iwen
next
is
year.
on that list.
Onyeka is supposed to be on
On
that
that
list.
list.
And all that, you get me? So it's plenty. So we'll do Akintola, but we might circle back to him.
Later.
Later.
So who else are you very curious about covering? Who else's story, shall I say?
It's not one person now. It's Asaba.
Tell me.
Asaba massacre. You know, I'm so ashamed of myself because I never heard about it until 6 months ago. So someone called and said that is Nigeria's best kept secret. Apparently, at the end of the Civil War, that thing happened.
Right.
And I've heard they said there's no family in Asaba that didn't lose somebody.
Wow.
Yeah. So I wanted to tell the story of the wives and children of those who lost their lives in 1966. That 1966 school.
Yeah.
You know, always hear they killed Okotebo, they killed this one, but nobody ever talks about the wives
And the children of all of
no,
these
not
individuals.
well, of those individuals who some of them saw those acts happening.
The trauma, the PTSD.
So I called Prof. I said, Prof, I need to tell this story of that child that wakes up in the morning actually sees his father being killed. Or that woman that is begging for his father's life.
Reminds me of Akpata.
God bless you. Of that woman, do you get me now? And then he now goes and says, okay. But he argues with me. He says, oh no, that those children were well compensated by the federal government. I said, no,
compensation
doesn't matter.
For the loss
Doesn't
of a
matter,
parent.
And then I spoke with Femi Fanukau. Then Femi Fanukau tells me a story. Femi Fanukau was, I think, 6 or 7 years old when it happened. His father was deputy premier of Western Region. And then they woke him up at night. Soldiers woke them up at night. And actually saw soldiers bundle his father, beat his father up at 6 years old. Actually saw
Traumatic.
You know, and then the Igbo soldier, one of the soldiers walked up to him, patted him on the shoulder, and said, "Don't worry, your father will come back." You get me now? And the father came back.
Okay.
The father wasn't killed. And then Femi Fanukau now eventually reunites with that soldier, like 2000 something.
That soldier,
That's
one
him
of the
soldier.
ones that.
That says your father will come back.
The man just died.
Oh.
Yeah. So Femi reunites with the guy and they become friends. The guy just died. So I wanted to tell that story because the human angle of all of that.
Yes.
And then Prof now says, okay, no. So Prof now calls me and says, he now sends me, because he knows I read the script, he now calls me and sends me synopsis of Asaba. I said, what's happening at Asaba? Why Asaba? I'm interested in Asaba. He now says, Asaba massacre. I said, what do you mean Asaba massacre? And I read synopsis. I said,
This happened.
this happened? I never heard of it. I was asking questions. I was like, man, there's no family in Asaba that didn't
Lose someone.
somebody. You get? Yeah. So that's intriguing me right now. You get? But it's funny because even the Asaba are fighting me. Oh, Edgar, we're going to raise youths against you. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
For telling the right to
you can't
story.
tell the story without because they are all still traumatized. So they are not sure
Whether they want
How
to
you
let
want to interpret the story.
Or
maybe
what
I want to
angle you're
use it
coming
on
from.
phone, and then when I hear Ahmed Yerima is writing the story, like
You can't write our story because you're not a part of us. Or
Yeah.
you're not
I mean,
from
Yerima is
here.
a
why you getting
fantastic.
Yeah.
nobody don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
him, so
yeah.
they say
Yes,
Ahmed. They say Ahmed, Osama all that time again. And that kind of stuff like that, you know. But it's giving me some nice, because I hear stories of people who say, "Oh, my parents, my father, my uncle had to live in the roof of their house for months." You get during the period.
During that
You get
period.
To
and
hide
like
away.
that, you know. And so now, and that you see young people. I have a friend who told me last week. I'm far older than him. I think he's in his early 40s. I said, look at that. Up until last year, we still went to that site to pull out bones of our people. Up until, I don't even say what this is on air, Sha.
Okay, well, that's why you should
time
look
for us
out for
to
the
go.
play. It's gonna come. This is one of the things that. So this is so important to us on Deep Dive. That the name of the show tells you that everything that we're going to do in this
Yeah,
show
deep.
is deep.
It's deep.
So we have
Beyond
touched
the
a lot
surface
of
level.
nerves, and we hope that you've taken something away from this conversation. Okay. Yes. All right. Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Duke of
We've been
Shomolu,
talking to the
Mr.
Duke of Shomolu
Joseph Edgar.
himself. Eh?
That's really done.
I know.
Yes,
Time
I
flies.
know. It's 1
It's
hour
practically
already.
12 o'clock. We are.
No, but there's one Yoruba boy that walks in at you know come this week.
It's not Yoruba. That's Michael Inyang.
Praise
50
the Lord.
years. He's going to be walking
He
any
will shake
minute.
me and say, You know,
Oh, no. It's Papa Fuete.
Oh,
It's Papa Fuete. that
yes, that's a
usually
Yoruba
comes-
man.
That's a Yoruba man.
okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
a
the
Yoruba man.
only child Yoruba man.
It's when it comes to
So he
that
watches
from
us like,
there.
okay, let's leave this in place. Yeah. We've been talking to the amazing Duke of Shomolu.
Yeah, I like that. Amazing.
No, you are. You're crazy
amazing.
and
Oh, you
amazing.
are.
And I'm looking
Why
forward
do people
to
call me crazy?
because
you
you know
are.
well. Yourself no say you're not well. With due respect.
No, nowhere.
When they don't they meet, they know they
We have got to go. But
got
it's
to
been
go.
absolutely a pleasure
Yeah, this was
to
fun.
have you in here with us yet again, yet another week. This is 3 times in a row. And we continue next week, right?
Yes, a man with extensive network of over 10,000 contacts, including some of Nigeria's most influential figures, is a testament to his strong relationship building skills, his versatility, his strategic thinking, and